how do they cast? How do they know that you're the right one for them? Are there any casting schools out there? Are there any magical books on this is the casting? The secret number one and the biggest secret about castings is that castings are sales. So castings are a marketing effort, and castings really are a job interview. My story is another movie just came out. It's called Miami Love Affair. We were blessed to have Burt Reynolds as part of that. It's now on iTunes, so on the weekend, if you have time, watch it. That'd be great. But let me talk to you about another movie I did called A mí me gusta. I did it half in Spanish, half in English. The English version is still on Amazon. It's called Recipe for Love, sorry. And you can see again my wife in it, so that's how I met her. And that's how we fell in love and all of that. And you see the guy on the right, his name is Jonathan Ashford. So let me take you back to 2008. We were looking for a guy who would speak English with a British accent and Spanish. And believe it or not, I needed a guy who looks British. That's what the storyline was about, a famous British cook fighting with a Latin cook, right? That's the story. We couldn't find an actor, believe it or not, in Los Angeles or in New York. There's no actor out there. So again, if you have $1 million, you can't pay the most famous actor in Hollywood $5 million because you have a limited budget, which is $1 million, which is still a lot of money. So we started doing online castings throughout the US, throughout Europe, and we had some people from Germany actually writing us, and then we found, through Backstage, Jonathan Ashford. He was an actor in Texas, never done anything great, but his first casting submission was brilliant. It was just really funny and great. But we couldn't have found him without online business castings. So what you have to understand is that 80% of castings are nowadays done online. It's 10 years later, 2019, 11 years later, everybody is using self-tapes and online castings. So how do castings work? Just a quick run through. There's 3 websites: Backstage, Actors Access, Casting Networks. Those are the 3 that are very legit. There might be some more out there, but with those 3, you're ready to go. Through these websites, you look what castings are going on. You submit your headshot. They're going to ask you to self-tape yourself for the casting. So you're going to receive some pages, 2-3 pages of script. You're going to have to act them out, put yourself on camera, and then you just get flown out. They send you a ticket, you get flown out, you make the movie, or you make the movie in your own town, so you have to just maybe drive there, not fly there. You make the connection. You do a great job. You're nice. People like nice people. You work with them. Things go easy. They call you for the next one, and that's how you build a career. Once you have done this, there's another great resource. It used to be called the Ross Report. Now it's Call Sheet on Backstage. Here's the link. It's a guide to all casting directors, agents, and managers in the US. So, list of people. Once you started booking your first jobs, you just write them an email, you call them up, you go to open calls they have, you get an agent, submit your headshots, and you take it from there.